important as it is, fits into the context of what I believe is needed, which is a bigger vision for how America engages the rest of the world. Well, America has to once again be seen as a force for good. And it is the only way we can lead. It is the only way we can help to stabilize an extraordinarily chaotic world. The President of the United States needs to speak to the world. The new President, not this one. The new President needs to speak to the world about what it is we represent. What is the idea of this America? And for me, what we represent is equality and diversity. That's who America is in our heart and soul. And the world needs to hear that from us. I mean, every kind of diversity. Ethnic diversity, cultural diversity, faith diversity. We embrace diversity here in America. The world needs to hear that from us, because right now they think we're at war with another world. That has to change. And on top of that, we have to demonstrate we're willing to do things that don't seem to be in our selfish interest, because the world thinks we are a selfish world. And that must change. Now, I'll give you just a couple of examples of what's possible. Right now, there's a genocide going on in Western Sudan and Darfur, which many or maybe most of you know about. Hundreds of thousands have been killed. The Janjaweed militia has done most of the killing and the raping. They're supported by the Sudanese government. This government's engaged in genocide. Our country, 3 years ago, 3+ years ago, declared that this genocide was ongoing. And if you look this through the eyes of the rest of the world, instead of seeing it through our eyes, look at what you see. The most powerful nation on the planet has declared that genocide is occurring. And then step back and watch it continue. What would you think of us? The same thing's true with the spread of HIV/AIDS. Thousands of kids will be born with AIDS tonight in Africa because their mother can't pay $4 for a dose of medicine. $4. And the richest nation on the planet stands by and watches this continue. What would you think of us? There's so much good America can do if we're willing to do what's the right, moral, and just thing. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. I have no idea whether this will be politically popular, because I've already been told that these kind of down hall meetings some people don't like. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to stand by it because I think it's right. Suppose instead of spending $500 billion in Iraq, America led an international effort to make primary school education, basically ages 5 to 15 or 16, 6 to 15, available to all 100 million children in the world who have no education whatsoever. Suppose America gave hope and education to all these children, primarily in Africa, the Muslim world, and to a lesser extent in Latin America. Talk about big and transformation. Not only is it good for them, the moral and right thing to do, but it actually undermines, incredibly undermines, the forces that create terror. This is good for us. It's good for us. It's also a good thing to do. We should be leading not just on education, but on health care, simple, basic things, like sanitation, clean drinking water, helping with economic development in countries that desperately need economic development. The world has to see America as a big and important force for good again. That's what has to change. And that also means that we're going to have to demonstrate, right, that we're going to do what's right here. Today, we're 4% of the world's population. We have hit 25% of the world's greenhouse gases. That is not exactly good. And we use 22 million barrels of oil now. Way more than anybody else on the planet. So how do we change it? First of all, everyone needs to understand what an emergency is. If we don't do something about this, we're going to have a huge problem. 3 to 8 degree temperature change, 4 to 8 degree temperature change on the face of the planet. Hundreds of millions of people migrating, political upheaval, not enough food, not enough water. This is what could happen. And we're here to right now, today. Here's what I believe we ought to do. You're going to hear from me tonight as I answer your questions as I talk. I'm not about generalities. I'm going to tell you, you may not vote for me. I hope you do. I'm asking for your vote. But whether you vote for me or not, you're going to know what I stand for. And you're going to know what I want to do as president. Told you this international effort to make primary school available, $3 to $4 billion a year. That's what it costs America. That's the cost of it all. here's what I think. I think we ought to cap carbon dioxide emissions in America. We ought to ratchet that cap down every year. We ought to auction off the right under the cap to emit greenhouse gases to generate $30 to $40 billion. That money, at least the majority of it, should go to transforming the way we use energy in America. It ought to go to national investment in clean, alternative, renewable sources of energy, wind, solar, biofuels. On top of that, we ought to invest in clean coal technology, carbon sequestration. At least $1 billion ought to go to that. Because we're going to use coal in America for the next several decades. It's not going away. We're going to have to use it. So we ought to do it in a clean way that doesn't do damage to our environment. And we ought to cap. Cap meaning bad. It isn't building any more coal-fired power plants in America unless and until they have clean coal technology, the capacity to capture the carbon that's being emitted. Those are the things we ought to. $1 billion of that money ought to go to the car industry so they can enter America, so that we can create new fuel-efficient vehicles. We shouldn't be following. We should be leading on that front. And by the way, if we do this the right way, we can create 1 million plus, not blue-collar jobs, but what we like to call green-collar jobs. Jobs that are a direct result of changing we can go to China and India, the developing world, and say, all right, here's the market. We'll make this technology available for you, but you're going to have to stop doing what you're doing now. They're doing more than one coal-fired power plant a week in China. None of them are scrubbed. They're fast approaching us. But we can bring them in line, we have great potential for bringing them in line. We clean up our own house and go to the